UFC 6 is a make or break situation for the EA UFC franchise, and everybody knows that. And it's very clear that as a game, UFC 5 left a lot to be desired within the combat sports gaming community. UFC 5 simply didn't live up to people's expectations, and it wasn't well received at launch. But enough of UFC 5, and let's talk about UFC 6. UFC 6 has to deliver. It's key for the franchise future. The public perception towards EA right now is the same perception people have towards Ubisoft, and that's why games like UFC 6 and Assassin's Creed Shadows are in very similar situations. Both Ubisoft and EA know that their next game has to deliver in order to gain people's trust back and the public perception they once had. But what does the next UFC game needs that UFC 5 doesn't have in order to be considered a good game? This video will be broken down by sections where I give you my thoughts on what I think the game needs in order to be successful and to resonate with those who play the game. Let's begin with the game modes, and although UFC 5 doesn't lack on its department, it does lack innovation. Players haven't seen something that is drastically new or innovative in a very long time, and something that I have been advocating for years now would be a Dana White mode, where we get to roleplay as the UFC president, Dana White, and taking the roles such as putting fights together and anything that has to do with the fight game. And a big one with popular demand will be Pride mode. Just like Pride FC was a game mode on UFC Undisputed 3, it would be great to have it back on UFC 6. No more backyard, no more kumite. The reality is, people are fed up with these venues because it reminds them of UFC 4. How about instead of those venues, we get licensed gyms where UFC fighters train at? Training facilities like American Top Team, Kickboxing City, Lobo Gym, or Shoot the Box. Other mentions would be online practice mode, replay mode, spectator mode, and first person mode. Now for striking, I would love to see more uniqueness within each fighting style. In a game like UFC 5, you can have two different fighters with similar styles fighting exactly the same way, whereas in real life it doesn't work like that, and each martial art has a different style within its art. And a good example of this would be the sport of boxing. In boxing, everybody knows how to box, but everybody boxes differently, and there's so many different styles within its art. And the only way to bring that to life will be throughout fighter uniqueness, and in my opinion, fighter uniqueness is non-negotiable. Throwing a left hook with Alex Pereira shouldn't look or feel the same way as throwing a left hook with any other fighter. Fighter uniqueness will give the game replayability, longevity, and make the game that much fun. I can't stress this enough. Fighter uniqueness is key, and the more things we add from real life to the game, the better. Parries from UFC 1 and UFC 2 would be a good example. Bringing parries back to the franchise will not only bring more realism to the game, it will also create a whole new skill gap within striking, something that has been missing from today's game. Now for grappling, when it comes to jiu-jitsu, we need more guard positions, cage-seated positions, and more submissions available. On EA Sports UFC 4, we have rare submissions in the game that we don't have right now. Submissions like the twister, a knee bar from half guard, and more. Ground and pound needs to feel dangerous just as it is in real life. Elbows from knee on belly, hammer fist from top position. Make it brutal. For the clinch, we need a complex system that truly represents the art of clinching. And the perfect solution for that would be the clinch system from EA Sports UFC 3. The clinch system we currently have on UFC 5 is very exploitable with little to no repercussion. The game needs something that's new, something that's better, and that's the clinch system from UFC 3. For the career mode, we need a better story without Coach Davis, better cutscenes, weigh-ins, press conferences, and post-fight interviews. These are some of the things I believe the game needs in order to be successful. Obviously there's more, a lot more, but this is a good start. But if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like. It really helps out with the algorithm. It was your host, King Diaz, and thank you for watching.